It's a very, very small group of people, many of them clueless.
Hi, everybody. It's Gene Simmons, and you're not. This is Kiss My Collectibles podcast, but you know that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Kiss My Collectibles. I am one of your co-hosts, Jason Herndon, and with me, as always, as I add this guy to the stream, Joe Lalich. How are you?
Good. What's happening?
Not much.
Added to the stream. That sounds, yeah, we'll just move on.
Adding to the stream. All right. And then also joining us is our other esteemed co-host, Nicholas Buckland.
Hello. How are you?
We're just getting used to this new way of recording.
Exactly.
It's very different than the way we used to. So
because when it starts off with you, it's like you've got a special message. Like I've had to get rid of the other two. Like it's like you recorded this kind of one later. No, sorry guys, this is a special episode. Kind of.
I've got some great news and some even greater news. Nicholas is gone and Joe is gone.
Yeah, this is the last podcast we're ever doing. Good night.
The death to communism version. Yes.
I would go ahead.
I was going to say the next time we do it, we should go, hello, hello, hello. Just add people in.
We'll do that when we have 10 people
Hello.
in here.
Yeah.
So I would bring our fourth co-host in here, but I'm looking at him in the backstage area. I wonder if he can hear me.
Just bring in his room. People are more interested.
Oh, yeah, let's bring in his room. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us,
John Five's room.
Five's room.
Hey. Scared the bejesus.
I see Jason and Nicholas and John.
What's up, John?
Greetings, lads. How are you?
Good.
Doing
How
very
are
well,
you?
thank you.
Good.
Well, now we're all awkward.
This is a very strong stream.
What's that mean?
Powerful stream.
Powerful.
Powerful and attractive stream.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Very, very strong stream.
Yeah.
So the Cowboy is joining us today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice hat, man. We love it. So anyway, past all the awkwardness, today on this episode, we're going to talk about vintage Kiss mirrors. And John has probably most all of them. So it's going to be a pretty educational episode for everybody. So I've only got a few to show. Nicholas, did you get your mirrors out?
Yeah, I've got some mirrors out. Yeah.
Good. And Joe's just here to commentate.
I was going to
That's
say
right.
that Joe would have one mirror and it'd end up being the one that John didn't have.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? Fuck, I would love it.
Exactly.
I would
actually
love
I
that.
had one mirror when I was a kid, and I'm hoping it shows up. I'm assuming it was one of those carnival mirrors,
Mm-hmm.
so we'll have to see if it shows up. So
Yeah.
if it does, that'll be the big moment.
I had one mirror when I was growing up too, and I loved it. I mean, it was like, and I had it forever and ever and ever. I loved it, but I'll talk about that when we get to it.
Right.
Yeah, and it's weird. I don't know where mine went. I don't know, like a lot of that stuff that I had as a kid, I still have. You know, I was really pretty good about a lot of that stuff. But yeah, for some reason that just didn't make it through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we do vintage mirrors, we're not going to get up, into the 80s or anything like that. There's a ton more carnival mirrors in the 80s, but non-makeup. But we're going to cover, much like we did when John was on and we covered belt buckles, because the way you collect, John, it seems to be, you don't just collect the official stuff, but you also collect time period, maybe bootleg-ish, counterfeit-y kind of things, just because it's of the period, right?
Yes,
Like-
it's of the period because we all went to the carnivals and the all that stuff, in the head shops, and they had those mirrors. And if it was at the era, I it's good for me.
Yeah. So we'll get to cover a bunch of different ones. So
Well,
that'll be fun.
especially where mirrors are concerned. The sheer amount of Kiss fans who had those carnival ones in their collection, like even they may not be a coin, but they're definitely a big part of the memory of a lot of Kiss fans having those ones. So I think they're not legit, but they're certainly part of the canon anyway.
Sure.
Yeah, like Joe just said in the beginning. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
It also shows you how deep and how crazy, and we've talked about this before many times, how deep the Kiss collecting hobby can be, right? Like, we're going to do an hour-and-a-half show on mirrors. It's just amazing that there's so much stuff. It just keeps, and we keep finding things, and I know we've said it over and over again. It sounds like a broken record, but it's endlessly crazy to me how these things still keep coming up all these years later, and you find something that you've never seen. And as into it as all of us are, it's amazing that stuff still pops up.
Yeah, it's crazy because, like what I say, when something pops up and my friends like you, or either you or Joe or Nicholas or Jason, anybody, I always say it never ends. It never ends, and it's so true.
Yep,
that's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
So, Nicholas, which do we want to do first? Do we want to do new confessions, or do we want to do what's in the box? You tell me. New confessions?
Yeah, sure.
You ready? All right. I'm running the promo.
New confession. New confession. New confession.
Yeah.
I just gave myself tinnitus. That was up so loud.
That's hilarious. All right, so what's just come out recently, man?
Well, before we get to what's come out, there's been a little update of, if we remember, we've talked about twice now, which was the that collector's box set, which was the one that came out that looked like the bubblegum pack, and they were talking about, and it had the little badges in it that were kind of replicating the 70s, and a couple of the foil stickers and patches. But one of the good news is there's a lot of concern that we all had about once this stuff gets out there in the market, if they start replicating old stuff, like how will this not get mixed in, and will it get sold as something? But our friend Ron Buckley bought a set, or was it George Navarro? One of those two bought it, and he posted this for us.
Nice.
So it's nice. They're putting on the back the catalog number, so that at least I think that's quite cool, because it's out there. It's a legitimate 2020 item. It may be mimicking the old stuff, and people aren't going to get ripped off. The only thing was the patch, the one that looks like the 1976 Kiss Army patch. That doesn't have anything on it.
So it looks identical.
Yeah, that was the one that Ron was saying. I even have trouble when I'm holding it, working out whether this one was old or not. So that was the only thing. Let me just there's one more thing to that. See if I can talk amongst yourselves, viewers, while I just see if I can get this up fast enough. Hang on a second.
So you got, it's always a.
Don't say it, John.
No.
Just
Yeah.
don't.
I know you want to say.
Oh man,
I got it.
you got it.
No, I don't have. No, I don't. I don't know where I put it. But anyway, the T-shirt's quite cool because it's a like vintage distress one, but they've even distressed the label, which was really interesting. So the label's all curled up and frayed and everything. I thought that was quite a cool touch. So
You mean the tag on the inside?
So yeah, the tag. Yeah, the tag.
Oh.
It's all curled up.
100
Looks like it's been
times.
washed about 100 times.
Yeah.
I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Well, it's pretty cool until they replicate identically a vintage T-shirt, and then they even replicate. Because I remember John sent me something, a photo of some T-shirt that you were asking about. I think, right? We're trying to figure out what it was,
Right.
and that's one of the first things I asked. Well, what's the tag look like? Send a picture of that. It's all rolled up and wrinkly and stuff like that. That's one of the things, telltale signs, but
not anymore.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Perfect.
So there's some poor bastard for Epic Rights, I guess, who's the tag weatherer. So
Yeah.
he's got to. Where's Joe? Always out back weathering tags. Hit the button. We got another order. Yes.
Join the rock and roll industry, they said. They said. Yeah.
That's right.
That's funny.
So the next thing that came out was, and this was talked about, I think it was almost shared on Kiss My Wax, but it was the coming from Japan, which was the Iron record player, which came out, hottest band in the world, and you got a choice of 4 slip mats that would go on it. But there was a lot of discussion, I noticed. You can talk more about this, Jason, about the quality of it, and I suppose what people were expecting from a Kiss.
Well, they're just little ion players. They're portable suitcase players. Portable suitcase players were never intended to be high-end turntables, right, Joe?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who's making it. It's the purpose of it is to be able to carry it around and flip it open and play your records that you've played a million times. You're not playing your $2,000 white label promos from Japan or whatever it is, Best of Kiss and all of that stuff. You're not playing that on these things, or you shouldn't be anyway. So I think the biggest thing with that, and I would probably buy that just because I think that's pretty cool, a pretty cool new thing, but it's so expensive.
What was the price?
It's like almost $400.
What?
Are you crazy?
Yes, it's like $379 or something
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
That is a $60, $40, $50, $60 record player at best.
I think I got the good one that Joe suggested. That quality one that I've got was only $500,
right?
Or $500 or $600 maybe.
Yeah. So that's
crazy. But one of the cool things I saw, it has a little plug-in thing that you can actually record from your vinyl on it, which is good. Like it's got a little, so you can actually, if you've got a whole bunch of bootlegs and stuff, actually make MP3s out of them.
Yeah, my turntable has a what the hell's this plug called?
USB.
Thank you. It's got a USB out on it, so so you could, I think all the record players most of the record players that are being made today have that output.
Okay.
So, but yeah, man, I got on that Japanese website. I was able to get a translator to translate it. I saw how many yen it was, and it was like 37,900 yen or something like that, which I think is about $379, right? So somebody in Japan correct me, but it's almost $400, and I was no way, man. And then somebody else said they tried to order it and they were told they won't ship to the US. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I was told. So
it's another great rock and roll job. What do? I translate Japanese websites for guys like Jason Herndon to find out that he can't buy the Japanese. Got another order in.
I moved up from doing tags, though.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days, I'm moving up to fries.
That's right. All right. What else is coming, Nicholas?
The everyone says Kiss sucks, but this is actually Kiss socks. This is a set of four Kiss socks, all in the solo colors. These actually look really, really good. Perhaps not so much in the pictures, but George Navarro had them, and it was actually a really nice box set. It looked lovely. Yeah. And look, it's $99, which is very pricey.
Ridiculous.
But then I'm almost certain. Well, I don't know what that would be, 120 Australian, but I'm pretty sure the Beatles and Rolling Stones Happy Sock sets were around about that price. So I think if you're not used to buying these box sets, that would be expensive. But I'm pretty sure that is the normal price. Roundabout. of
I
those.
think this has become.
Mm.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you go.
This has become a thing. I think there's a collectible socks market. As weird as this sounds, like where it comes in boxes. I know in the comic book market, there's some of that where like it comes in a big box with a poster and the socks then are in there and they're like supposed to be high end, whatever. But yeah, this has apparently become a thing.
Ripping people off for cotton and ink has become a thing. I got it.
But I suppose if the Kiss fans are not ever going to wear it and put it in their Kiss room, then it doesn't really matter whether you're not really paying for the socks, you're paying for the packages.
Sure, of course.
I guess,
with any of this stuff.
That's the theory anyway.
So
yeah. And that seems to be it for this week.
Ooh, I just saw over there the little ad that you added. That'll be fun when we get to that part.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yes. Let's see that. We'll talk in code until we tell them. So, all right. So that's all the new. That's the new stuff that was announced in the past few weeks or something like that. And, actually, there's probably new stuff announced every day, but that's all the stuff we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So, all right. What's in the box? Is anybody who has stuff they show and tell? Nicholas, you got stuff? John, you got anything?
I got something.
Okay. All right. Well, then we will. Joe doesn't like this band, so
I got nothing.
You've had some great vinyl lately, though, Joe. So
that's right.
Not like you got nothing.
I'm gonna open it. Oh, what's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
I tried to edit that noise out, but now I listen for it every time and quite like it.
Great.
It cut too quickly.
That's funny.
That's like our
Yeah.
That's hilarious. All right. I'll go first since mine's probably not vintage. How about that?
Probably
Yeah,
not
it doesn't matter
vintage.
if it's
Not
vintage.
vintage.
No, mine's not. Mine's not vintage. Theirs probably is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
So I ordered this about 6 months ago. It seems actually it was about 3-4 months ago, and I got a shipping confirmation about 2 months ago, and no tracking number, and it finally just showed up today. But here is I think it's the Euro version of the Vegas album, and it's colored vinyl. So. See, Nicholas, you're supposed to be on this and solo.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Well, you're holding up. I'm soloing this.
That's right. So it's supposed to be color vinyl. It's supposed to be yellow. And the pictures that I've seen of this,
I failed it.
What?
I failed it as an editor.
You're fired.
Great.
Yes, he is.
All right, let's get into this thing. Talk amongst yourselves while I get into this thing. So,
Did anyone go to that Vegas show?
I did not. Did you?
I went. Yeah, it was actually really great.
Yeah, I look back on that. That's one thing that I regret that I didn't do. I don't know. I do a lot of that kind of stuff, and I didn't do that for that residency, and I don't know why I didn't.
It was really a wonderful show. Yeah.
Yeah, the light show was really cool. On the ceiling and stuff. That was
the DVD.
Really great.
John, you could obviously you can speak to this better than anybody else here. You would think that with the production being in one place for a long time and having some parameters, you could do different things that maybe you can't do when you're taking something from venue to venue, right? You can maybe do some different things and plan differently.
It's actually a dream gig if you have, if you're doing residency, if you will, in one spot. Oh my God, it's just the greatest. And it's the greatest for the techs, and because it's such an easy gig, you just turn everything on and there you go.
No setup, no drag out, none of that kind of stuff, right?
It's wonderful.
The only people it sucks for are the people that are across the country that can't afford to fly out to see it. So if you're stuck in, if you're Shania Twain or Britney Spears and you're wanting to go see one of them and they're stuck there for a year, you got to figure out how to get out to Vegas or you're not going to see them live.
Right. That's true.
I saw Prince in Vegas. I know nobody likes me to talk about any other music on this show except
Prince.
for Kiss. Yeah, but I went and saw his. I don't know if it was exactly a residency, but I think it was a multiple night sort of stand for him when he was with the all-female band that he was with, sort of at the end of his career there. I went with my dad. He was like always a Prince fan his whole life and never really goes to any shows. And so we were all going out to Vegas, and we said we were going for the Prince show, and we're like, "Hey, Dad, do you want to go?" And yeah, he came along with us. And so my girlfriend, my dad, my sister, and I all went and saw Prince. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So those residency kind of things are so cool.
Did he say, "This is good, but it's not the revolution"?
That's right.
That's what I would have said. So
that's
where
right.
is Wendy and Lisa and Brown?
It's a special. Was an awesome moment when Prince comes out and he says, "My name is Prince," and you're like, "All right, I get all of it now." You know.
And then you told me this story, Joe, like when you were there with your dad, and he said, if I remember correctly, he said, "I hope they play Pussy Control." That's what he said, right?
That's exactly what he said. J5. Shame. We got to put that shame from what's the show? Game of Thrones. Shame. The ding ding ding. Like that's got to be one of the shame.
John would just rather see this.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I laughed for like a day. I was laughing, then went to sleep, and then woke up laughing again just from that camel. It was genius.
All right, so back to this thing so we can get out of here and get on to mirrors. This thing is a very, in my opinion, ugly mustardy color, not a vibrant yellow. I'm not the biggest fan of this color.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, a little disappointing, but whatever. Colored vinyl.
It's mean Mr. Mustard colored, right?
That's right. I got it. So.
Ding.
So that's all I got. Go nuts. Who's next? Nicholas.
I got a package from Mr. Jason Herndon.
Oh my God!
Yes, exactly. So I had to complete my 2014s because, as everyone knows, I've got the world's shortest Kiss vinyl collecting career, which is I just want one nice copy of everything. So I got in the best sounding, I guess, is the truth. Like I want the best sounding ones that you can get. So I got Animalized.
I wonder where you were going with this when you said I've got the world's shortest.
Yes, exactly.
I was on pins and needles.
Yeah, it is winter. So also we got Killers, the exclusive. Very nice. We got, what else did we get? You wanted the best, you got the best. There we go, like that one. It's cool. I didn't know this was a double album. That's really cool too.
Yep.
Well, not when I say cool, but if anyone who's ever had to play an album broken up into 4 lots means you have to get up like so many times. So it fights against my natural laziness. Greatest Kiss, which I have open because I want to play these things. So
was there an insert in it?
What?
Was there an insert in it? Nope. Bum bum bum. Hold on.
What does that mean?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what that means is
I love it.
There were-
I love this show.
oh yes, there's
I love
That's a good
this
one,
show.
too. Thank you, John. No, seriously, Nicholas. In some of the Greatest Kiss, there was supposed to be an insert that had credits, and it may have lyrics on it. I can't remember. And what happened was they didn't insert those into all the records. In fact, Joe may have one. He may be showing it here in a second. But
I am not.
The CD cover folds out and it's got that red background picture with the rounded edges on it from memory. So
Right.
that you would think they would at least have something for this thing.
well, they
Yeah.
did. They did. They printed inserts for them, but for some reason, and no one knows why, they didn't all get inserted in them. So most of the records do not have the insert. So if you get a copy that has the insert, that insert actually increases the value of that record anywhere from $400 to $500, maybe even more dollars.
Jason, is that the insert you kept?
When you send it,
I was just going to say
Remove him from the
that
screen.
put it into another one.
right, Nicholas. What that means is that's a reseal, and Jason kept your insert.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You need some kind of shrink wrap that protects against that kind of thing.
Well,
So
Oh
yeah.
my God.
The next one I got
Oh
is,
my god!
is
Oh
And the last
boy, oh boy, oh boy.
what? I don't know why this is the only one with the cool fold out stuff. But I love that. That's really cool. I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It is a cool record. So
This one's exactly the same as the 2003 version. Is it like there's nothing really different? About
well,
this one?
the 2003 version was numbered.
Okay.
It was a
I'll
numbered
just
edition.
put numbers on later because
Yeah, just
when I'm trimming it down.
get you a Sharpie.
Yeah.
So I can't believe.
what I
Sorry,
do.
John, you can go in a second. I can't believe that Nicholas thought to show those, and I forgot that I got my end of the trade in, and I haven't showed it on a show yet, have I?
No.
I showed this beautiful
Oh, have you?
thing. Solo.
I think you did. Did you show it at debut?
Did I? No, we did. We recorded the debut like 3 months ago.
Oh no,
No.
I remember seeing it. I remember seeing it on your Instagram.
Yes, I posted it on the Instagram. So
That
no
is
one watches all these anyway.
that is beautiful.
yes,
Unbelievable. Fucking believable.
this was Nicholas's, and it sat in his display case for a very long time.
It's
and
beautiful.
I always looked at it and always wanted it. So
Coveted.
it was highly coveted from me. And Nicholas, I know that people that are in the groups have, know the story and have heard this. Anyway, Nicholas was trying to complete those 2014s and to get, including the exclusives, which you could only get out of Kisteria. And they're very expensive now. The last 3 greatest Kiss that sold for 1,000, 900 and something, and 850 or something like that. And those all sold.
Jason, I'll sell you one of mine for 1,500.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eight. 1,500.
So
It would have
anyway,
been a great trade if I had the insert. But yes.
right. So he had put out a call on Kiss My Wax saying he was looking for those, and he was going to have to track all those down and pay for them out of his pocket. And I just jokingly commented and said, "Hey, I'll trade you all of mine for the poster art set." And he actually responded positively, which I was surprised about. And that was the trade we did.
I just sort of had it for a long time. May as well pass it on to someone else. Yeah. And these are the things I wanted. I don't really care if it's who gets the better deal, who gets the value. It's something I was happy to let go of, and I got what I wanted, and Jason got what he wanted. It's all good. I don't really care about the money value because I don't really do that for this anyway.
Right.
So.
Jason, during the show, you should color it and then show us how it looks at the end of the show.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great if we had like an art desk cam and Jason were just over his shoulder, he's just coloring the thing as we're doing the episode on the mirrors. And let's cut back. We're hearing from the control room that Jason has finished the first side of the first poster.
He's finished Paul so far. Let's look how he's doing.
Let's do a live
get out of the lines in the crotch area. So thank you for that deal, Nicholas. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. That was fantastic.
I had forgotten, because I had it in my display case out in the other room, so I already had it displayed. But yeah, I'm glad you did that. So, John, what do you have to show us?
Let's see if you guys know what this is. Let's see.
Japanese first album cassette.
Oh.
Double cassette.
Double.
Do you know what it is? It is it's the cassettes from the binoculars set.
Oh.
So it's there's 3 other, there's the debut, Hotter Than Hell, Dressed to Kill, so on and so forth. And there's but it's so hard to get. So I just got these first ones, and super, super tough to get, really, really, really difficult. So good times. I got that. And then another piece of Japanese good stuff that I completed is the I got the
oh my
sticker.
god.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh boy.
So now I got to find that little calendar.
Was that a? Never mind. I'll ask you off air.
Okay.
Because I bid on one of those recently.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, do you think that's it?
Yeah, I think that's it.
You
I just
had-
got it recently.
You had your minions on it.
Mhm. Yeah,
You
yeah.
had your minions on it.
You know what we need? What we need on this show is the "Fly, my pretties, fly," and the monkeys are like. Don on the balcony.
I need to start taking notes as to what I'm adding in here.
Yeah, we got to get that in here because where'd you get that from, John? Oh, fly, my pretties.
Every time I see that clipboard, and as an ex-girlfriend once said to me, it looks a lot smaller now that I'm holding it in my hands. But just it's a lot, quite a small clipboard actually. It's very little. Oh, there he goes.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Oh fuck!
Do you know?
Are we recording right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
You know, if all four of us had control over those clips, all we'd be doing is playing drops
I'm gonna
the
get
entire show and just that'd be it.
I'm definitely giving you control, Joe. It just you were at the store tonight, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's amazing stuff. And so, John, do you have you ever had even a line on the actual opera glasses? Like,
no,
never had a chance. Wow.
not on the opera glasses. No. So we'll, hopefully, I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed, and maybe they'll turn up.
Do any of our mutual friends have those?
I don't know, man. Those are pretty tough. Those.
I know one person who has it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I held them in my hands about 5 years ago.
I hear they're and I'm not joking, but I hear they're oddly small. The opera glasses. I'll say the opera glasses after I say that. Shockingly small, if you will. Am I right?
Yes, they're small. Yeah. It really. We're going to end up paying for those things if anybody ever runs across them. You're going to look at them and go, "What the fuck am I thinking?"
Yeah.
You know,
right?
So, it's crazy. So, all right,
but that's the thing, Jason. That when I sent you that thing and you get a nice big parcel and you grab it out and have a look at it and it's a size. But there's been occasions where I've bid on, paid a lot of money for a tiny little badge, and that was like $1,000, and you open it up and you go, okay, so that's what that, and you just put it in your little cabinet,
and then it's over with.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what's strange about that? Not strange, but what is wonderful about this, about what we all do, is this is better than stocks, because look at anybody can say, hey, I want to sell this poster art set, or I want to sell this, whatever, this creature's clipboard, and people will buy it in 1 minute.
It's an interesting discussion to have, because Joe and I have talked about this, and probably Nicholas many times off air. Yes, that is very true right now. But is that going to be true in 20 years?
That's what I said 20 years ago when I sold my posters like a butthole.
I know, but I'm talking about as we reach the
end of the road.
The end of the road, yes, as we reach.
Oh, where's that Boys to Men clip?
Yeah, you got to throw the Boys to Men clip in there. But no, seriously, John, when these guys that are in their 60s now, that were kids, that were teenagers back then, when they pass away, I mean, are there 20 and 30-year-olds behind them that are going to buy this stuff for $1,500, $2,000?
I think so.
You do?
I really do. I really think so.
So you think it's going to be like the Beatles market? You think it's going to be an evergreen collectibles market forever?
No, I think it's going to be, and I'm not joking. I'm not joking at all. I think it's going to be much bigger than the Beatles collection. Okay, not music or anything, but collection. Because just here's a good way to prove it. If you go on YouTube and you put in,
you typing?
That's me typing, but it's more like this. If you put in Beatles collection, there's stuff out there, but it's nothing compared to Kiss. Kiss, I believe, is way more popular, valuable, and just people are crazy about it, which is wonderful. And so I believe this is bigger than Beatles collectibles. I really do.
That is a bold statement that I know Joe Lalich disagrees with you on.
I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, I understand part of that, and this is probably just a discussion for another day that we could go on for an hour and a half with. But I just don't. If the record store, right, and I know that's very anecdotal, but if that's any sort of, just from a popularity standpoint, nobody buys Kiss records out of the record store right now. Plenty of Doors, plenty of Bowie, plenty of Beatles, plenty of that type stuff, Led Zeppelin, all that stuff. Kiss is just not, but I know that's records, and I know that's different than what you're talking about, John, but I feel like the music also has to have a little bit of staying power in the public consciousness in order to keep generating fans who are going to continually be interested in this stuff. So there's multiple entry points, I guess what I mean with the Beatles, right? There's collectibles, there's music, there's a lot of different ways that you can kind of find their stuff. With Kiss, really, there is no way, and I feel like that's a little bit why Elvis has gone largely the way of the dodo bird, whereas the Beatles have stayed. You go to the grocery store, you hear the Beatles. You're at the pharmacy, you hear the Beatles. You go to the pharmacy, you don't hear Elvis, So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
But I was thinking on our groups that we don't have that many 20-year-olds,
Right.
buying stuff. But then at the same time, I was kind of going, but then maybe they're not earning enough yet. So maybe I'm going, maybe they are there and they're not into vintage yet because they've got to get to that point in their life where they've a little bit more established, higher wage, and then they can start investing in the stuff. So I'm not 100% convinced the fact that we aren't getting any 20, 25-year-olds showing their stuff on the pages, but it could just be that it's something we do when we're a little bit older. I don't know.
John will be the lone flag waver in 25 years. I still love them.
I told you so.
You know what? I don't think so. I really think that it is going to be more and more and more, because when I was collecting back in the day, I was like, wait a minute, what's going on with this band? There's no way it's going to continue. And now it's way more, It really is.
It's interesting because, I've had the conversation with several of respected vintage collectors, and most all of them have said to me in private, I'm going to give it 10 more years and I'm probably going to sell all my stuff, And so, in 10 years, we may see a market flood.
I just heard that they're going to sell some stuff in 10 years. So let's make a note of that.
Set a calendar notice for just 2031.
Yeah, but just think, John, if you got to, what are you, if I can ask, what are you, 51, 50, 52?
I'm sorry.
Ask? How old are you? 51, 52?
50.
50. Okay, so that's right. I knew that. You just turned 50. So think about the guys that are 10 years older than you that are collecting Kiss. They're 58, 59, 60 years old. Are they going to care to collect Kiss while they're 70? Or are they going to try to sell this shit off?
I think they'll try to sell it off.
Right.
But I do really believe that these kids that are playing guitar or drums or the head of these companies are like, God, I used to love Kiss as a kid. Oh, I remember this or that or the other thing. And I believe it'll carry on. I really do, because
I hope you're right.
Yeah, I think look at Kiss, Gene Simmons. It's as popular as Ronald McDonald or something. It is so popular.
Iconic.
It's so iconic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, what I don't understand is, what do we owe the exponential price explosion happening all around us right now? Like, I don't know what to attribute that to.
He's on our show. He's on our show.
You know, listen, here's something. This is terrible. Like, it's awful. Like, when Eddie died, just awful. Awful. You know, just like I'm just broken up about it. And there won't be any more Van Halen,
Right.
in my opinion. And look at what's happening to Eddie's guitars. They have exploded in price. You know, just like exploded in price. And I don't know. It's crazy when a band ends like that.
Right.
And there's nothing left. Maybe that merchandise goes up, you know. But
yeah. Or, you know, something happens. Just as we can't see a future event, like we can only see where Kiss are at the moment, but there may be a time when, like that whole period during the reunion where there was, you know, those movies, you know, like Role Models, and where Kiss sort of became cool for a while. You never know. There could be another, you know, roll-on explosion of their sort of, you know, of their popularity again, you know, at some future point in the next 10 years, you know.
But I don't know why the Straight Jacket Dynasty, Skivvies Dynasty, whatever we're calling it these days, why that has exploded in value.
Did you see
I don't know.
in the auction? I think in the auction group the other day, it sold for $1,500.
that's insane. That's insane.
Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know what to attribute that to.
It wasn't me.
That wasn't John.
It wasn't me. I was like $1,500.
No, sir, I don't like it.
Absolutely genius. Absolutely brilliant. No, sir, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it one bit.
All right, so
Okay.
we did what's in the box.
Is that the end of the show?
That's the end of it. Should be. So
guys.
and so what's in the box is done.
I've gone now to power now. This is the first time I can control all these. I'm just going to use all of them.
This might be the best episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I'm ready. I'm ready now for the big mirror reveal.
howdy, partner.
There we go.
All right, so on to vintage Kiss mirrors. How are we going to do this? So are we going to try to do this in some kind of year order, or you're just going to show what you have there, or what are we going to do?
John's just going to shoot me with his eyeball lasers right through the screen.
Just the opposite. I'm going to turn this way, and you turn that way, and we're going to.
I've got it like, Mamma mia! I don't know. Get the go again.
All right, turn.
Wait a minute.
No, the other way.
There we go.
Am I going the wrong way?
He's trying to kiss you to go the other way.
Yeah, it's that way, dum dum.
There you go, dum dum. Ready? Lean in. Lean on in, John.
John, this isn't the only time you've been in a video like this, is it? Let's be honest. All right, now lean in. No, dum dum. That's
not like that. Not like that, dum dum.
Shockingly small.
Oh, God damn.
Ooh, that was funny. Man alive. All right. So all right, how about this? What do we think the first mirror was released from the band or Carnival, or what's out there that's the earliest?
The first official mirror or the first any mirror?
Either one. What's the first one? I mean, do we have any mirrors from 74, official or not? Any mirrors from 75?
I think I'm going to just give it the old high school try, the old guess, but I think it might be just the Destroyer mirror.
You think?
Official. I don't know. Yeah.
And so did you get this? You got these at a Kmart or at a Corvette's or something like that? Or were these order in mirror? Like, how did you get these?
I remember. Sorry, go ahead, Nicholas.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say that's 1977 as well.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember them being everywhere. I remember them being everywhere.
Yeah, I don't have that memory.
Wouldn't Wouldn't have this one and Love Gun have come out at the same time though?
They did,
Probably, yeah.
So, well, let's just start with those then, because these are Mechanical Mirror Works. Is that who made these?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they made these.
So these were by, and you can see his little. It's very hard to see, which can I solo myself because Jason's not paying attention.
Sorry.
Yeah. So if I go in here, hang on, and you got to reverse the angle. It's a complete.
It's so hard. I know.
There we go. I'm not sure if the light's picking it up. Can you see there's like a little moose?
Yes, I see. I see it on mine.
So there's like a little moose kind of thing, and that is Barry Imhoff Productions, and his company also made those for scarves. I know John's got some of those scarves, the black scarf with the red Kiss writing. So his company made these too, but yet oddly, as we'll talk about soon, they were also listed as Mechanical Mirror Works. But these actually say Barry Imhoff Productions, and he made all the 70s ones. So they made the Led Zeppelin ones, and all those ones you used to see at the time are all made by the same guy. So, yeah. All
right. Did we show Love Gun?
No, not yet. Now, Love Gun, this is the one I had in my room. Not this actual one, but I had this Love Gun mirror in my room forever. And a young strapping J5 would check his due in this mirror every day before school. And oh my God, I loved it. I
love these mirrors.
Yeah.
How long have you had that back in your collection now, John?
A long time, because they're pretty common, and it was so important to me because whatever you had when you were a kid, you're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah, for me it was the lunchbox because mine got rusty and was thrown away. So I immediately, when I had the money, I had to go get a perfect copy of the
Absolutely.
A quick story pertaining to our group about something like that is Mike Brunn.
I just saw that. Yeah, it's crazy.
He's been trying to locate this for at least a year now. He had been posting. He had been looking for the exact poster and exact mirror that he had when he was growing up, and he had sold them off, and he was trying to track down who might have had that. And he's been posting mainly in everywhere on Facebook and in collectibles about the mirror. And he posted a few weeks ago or a couple weeks ago about the poster, and I guess he had found the exact poster and had bought it off the guy. But then he said, I'm going to try my luck again, and he posted the mirror in collectibles. And sure enough, and he said, this is how I know it's mine. It's got, a scratch here on the K or whatever the distinctive markings were on it. And he said, I have another copy of the mirror. I will trade you my mirror and $100 if I can get the exact mirror that I had.
That's incredible.
And
that's
somebody
incredible.
had it in the group.
Fuck.
Somebody had it. So
it's incredible.
That is so cool. And now, Jason, I'm going to remember that story because I'm going to revisit that story later on in the show.
Sounds good. So, all right. So we have those two mirrors, and then what?
And then now, Nicholas, do you know,
yeah. Again, it looks a lot smaller. Let's get back to the old.
So
I think we've just created a new meme.
Yeah.
The head shake.
Yes, there's a smaller version of it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Did it come out around the same time though?
Does that one have the stamp on the back? The same.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
So it's obviously by the same company. Yeah.
So it had to have come out at the same time.
Can you see that, son bitch?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's that.
And the black background version. Have you got that version? No? There's a version of that. And I know who has it, so you can go and.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no. There's a version of it. I think it's actually in a book where it must have been test versions of it before they've etched out the mirror part. That all the bit that is mirror is black. So there's that version as well.
So they were testing the printing of it.
Yeah.
So it's like a promo.
Yeah. So we mentioned Mechanical Mirror Works before, and this is the much hotly debated thing. They put out an ad like this, just show up here. Mm-hmm. And you can see they put out there's another ad which shows a whole bunch of them. And I know John's got a lot of these ones. It's a weird one. You can notice that you can see the absolutely terrible illustration, no KISS logo. There's also no KISS logo on Love Gun or, oh dear.
You didn't break that, did you?
No. These
oh gosh.
These mechanical the sides come off so easily.
Oh, the frame sides, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have a look at, I'll just take that off, and you can see. Let me just solo John for a second. You can see the quality's not the same on those. You can see the Love Gun's not quite right, and the color's not right, and it's the company claims that they're official as the ad that they ran. Mechanical Mirror Works, and you can see that again they've shown an ad that they've got the official license, but oddly no KISS logo in any of their mirrors. So is it official or not? I don't know.
So
there's Destroyer.
Hang on, there you go.
As you mentioned, it being hotly debated, Nicholas, because we know of one friend of ours and collector that has the larger mirror in a box that has a coin stamp on it.
Yeah. But it kind of looks like an afterthought, like it's in a brown paper thing with a stamp or coin on it.Maybe they did try and sell it or something.
Right. Okay. So what is the right?
Okay, so that's the one that's in the ad. Blah blah. It's the same one there, yeah.
And J5's got two of them.
J5.
So if anyone's looking.
That's the one I had growing up, John.
That's
I'm not kidding. That's the one. That's the one that I need.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, we'll
I
figure. I
got two of these.
Oh, I'd like to have that.
Can you hold up that other one again? That takes me back to whenever I was checking my do in the mirror every day.
I have that one as well.
That's the one. So that was official, huh?
No. Well,
no.
It's debated. It's debated.
We've actually got some footage of Joe checking himself in the mirror.
Oh my God! I'm gorgeous!
That's exactly right.
So, Nicholas, let's kind of touch on the thought of the quote unquote story of what might have happened here, as far as Mechanical Mirror Works and the presentation ads that they had and what they actually went on to sell and all that stuff. Expound on that.
Well, at first I thought, my train of thought was that they then, they had a whole bunch of them and they only got these two approved. But these are actually quite different. As you can see from John's, the frame isn't the same. So, it could have been a case where, occasionally Bill Coin would find a bootlegger and almost make them official by saying, pay us $20,000 and now you're official. And then they just went out and sold them. But if you look at them, there's no way the band would have signed off on anything without the KISS logo, and the illustrations are so terrible on all of them. It's I don't know. They may have got an after rights. Maybe they just paid a lump sum to a coin, charge them, and say, okay, now you're official, and they just got rid of the rest of them. But,
which makes sense.
And it's very similar to the Campus Craft posters story from Canada early on, where they released all of those kind of collage posters and stuff that weren't official, right? Isn't that the story? And then they come in and, a coin charges them a licensing fee, and then all of a sudden they're releasing posters, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's interesting. So show the rest of those Mechanical Mirror Works, John.
There's the round ones as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's this big guy.
Had a chance to buy that thing for nothing about.
Oh, there's a good way to show it.
Yeah, tilt it back.
Yeah. The roof. Yeah.
So there's that on the back.
that show you how to
Now-
hang it up?
Now here's the thing, and I want to talk about this actual mirror. So on the frame here, there is, a blue one and different colors. Now, what that is a thin plastic protector against the frame.
Gotcha.
So that just comes off, because I've had a red one. So it's
like
just
a shipping bumper almost.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, you get those on fridges and on ovens
Right.
and stuff before you have to peel those off, don't you?
So, and then there are the round guys.
Love
See if I
those,
can-
man.
They're so good.
Now, a friend of mine got one of those at a carnival when I was really little. I think he had the Paul. And
Paul's going like
Hmm.
shoulders, knees.
What? Yeah.
And then, of course, Peter. But yeah, it's the same artwork.
Dancing Peter, yeah.
It's the same artwork, as the.
I've always
others.
wanted those.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, it's nice to have some round ones, isn't it? In there. Well, and there was the rock and roll. Have you got the rock and roll over? The one with the there's one with the lenticular thing.
I just saw one of those sell too. So cool. So you can find the lenticular things by themselves as well.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
So, super cool. I really like the mechanical, those mirror works.
Hey, tell me what you think. I was doing this while John was showing mirrors.
Oh,
Wow, that's very good. Very, very, very good,
Thanks.
Jason. Unbelievable. Quick,
Bella!
too. Not even looking.
Son of a. You're grounded.
Great.
So, yeah, I love those. I know they may not be official, but I actually love those mechanical mirror works.
Yeah.
Mirrors.
Or are they official? I don't know.
Right. Whether they
Agree
are
to disagree.
Yeah,
You
they're
think they're official?
vintage mirror. They're vintage Kiss mirrors. We'll just say that. Yeah. No matter
So
what.
you, John, are of the opinion that they're actually official, right? No.
I think if somebody was selling them and then they made a deal with a coin, then I would say official.
Interesting.
Still
have-
now's the time you just block me out.
Yeah.
Like it's just you three.
Remove
Test pattern.
Yeah. Static. Oh, wait a minute. What about?
You got to write these down, Nicholas.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're doing official, right? So what about
You do
Nicholas? What about? What about this guy?
Wait.
Holy moly.
That's huge. Hang on. I just gotta.
Holy thunder! I had.
That's amazing.
Oh, got two
Yep.
there. Look at that. Great
Pretty
stuff.
cool. Now,
I actually love those. They're incredible.
now, is this earlier than the Destroyer 12 by 12?
What does the coin thing say on it? Does it say
Jason?
1976?
What's it say?
You're in the brighter room.
Hold on, I'm looking.
I mean, you think if it was promoting the tour that it would be
It says 76.
Okay.
76. So that's the first
Mhm.
official mirror. I don't know if it was for sale, was it?
Looks like it, I thought it was promo. I didn't think it was for sale, but could have been.
Yeah, that's it. That's the first bitch right there.
Have you got the rope one with the rope around the edge yet?
So that's the only one I'm missing. So all of you Kiss crazies out there, that's the one J5's
And it
missing.
Fly, my pretties. Fly.
You know what? Here's the problem with mirrors.
Mm.
They are so difficult. I mean, these mirrors are old, man, and you got to, take such good care of them. I mean, they broke all the time. Kids playing ball in the house, like at the Brady's, or, or if you're ugly and they just crack and stuff like that, which I've cracked many a mirror. It's just, these are glass. We were kids, So that's why I think mirrors are some of the most, collectible and fragile things there are.
Do you have I remember when I saw some of these when I visited your place, John, and you said because of the slight earthquake worry in LA that you weren't sure how to display these, like put them up on a wall, because they would smash so much easier than a glass frame, say on a poster or something.
Right. So I have
what you want to do.
I have them all in a record bin, so I can thumb through them like a record. And because the very large one, like the one I just showed, and another one are under my pinball machine. So they're protected, it's they're difficult, but I love them like this because I can thumb through them really quick and see what I have and what I don't have and what I need, if I want to check really quick. They're not just like in a tub somewhere.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a genius way to keep them safe and still keep them where you can look at them.
Right.
This must be the one good thing to come out of COVID, John, is now that if you're buying stuff, you can flick through it yourself rather than calling your son and going, the rope background, the rope, have I got it?
Yeah.
What does the rope look like, Dad? It's like,
what are you in school for?
Yeah,
what are they teaching you?
Trying to describe things that are variants. Yeah.
What are they teaching you?
That's hilarious.
Another official mirror.
Hemorrhoids?
Blabbermouth. John 5 in hospital with hernia.
I love that.
That is huge.
That
looks big in your hands.
Yeah.
It just means J5 approves.
So you got that guy. Now I think that was obviously that was not for sale.
That's promo.
That was a contest thing, and that was like they did a lot of contests around, and actually the one I got this one from was the original owner, and he won it at a record store.
Wow. So cool.
It's amazing. Love it.
All
right, so what else do we have official wise? And then we'll go touch on the carnival mirrors.
Official. Now there's quite a few left for official.
Because we've got to hit Australia yet, and that's where a huge amounts start coming up.
Now, hold on. Now I put these all in a frame like this because, these are the 1980. But they're all individual, but I just put them all in a frame like that.
Now, there are two different versions of those, right?
Yeah, this is the American one with the printed name.
Yeah, I have the.
Is that the American is the printed name, right? And the Australian is the signature.
I'm not even 100% certain that any of them were American. I thought they were both Australian. I wasn't sure they were American. I thought they all came out at the same time.
Oh, maybe they did.
That they were all Australian. There was just variant versions.
Okay.
Now, I may have something that John 5 may not have, and it's another variant that he may not know about. But on all these ones, you'll notice that it doesn't have any coin writing on them. Exactly the same, except for my Peter one does. So I don't know whether is there a whole
That's
set
correct. That's what I have as well. That's exactly what I have as well.
Is it just Peter which has that on a...
Yeah, it's just Peter.
Okay. Well, so this one says 1980, which would make it Australian. So this version must be Australian.
I guess you're right.
I don't know about the signatures.
Maybe they're all... this is the signature one.
And they're all the same size too, which seems to
John.
suggest that they're Australian. Yeah.
So
I see the signatures there. Yeah.
Yeah.
down in the bottom.
let's
Okay.
see.
The etches are different on their hair too. So like you'll notice all the etches on their heads are totally different than the other ones. There's like
Oh,
slight.
there's yeah. The signatures are kind of hard to see. If you
Yeah.
oh,
It's tough.
I
to
don't
see.
know, but they're there.
But
They're just hard.
yeah, the logo hasn't got the white behind, the same as you can see
Right.
on that version. Gene's got way more body, whereas on that signature version, he's like really trimmed around the hair, like a really sort of short kind of hair.
Right. And they're kind of darker too.
Yeah. And then in Australia, they also brought out a whole bunch of other smaller ones. And the only one I've got, John will have the rest of them, but what can I show is that one, which is it came in this frame when I bought it, but yeah, so you can see it's obviously the same images put in balloons. And it comes in this weird kind of frame like that. But or does it, and maybe the guy just put it in there. I don't know. But
I think they came in. I think they came in these.
Mm-hmm. So maybe the guy just put it in this thing.
Yeah, I just there was an ad in for one of the. I have one of the papers. Maybe I'll dig it out, Jason, and send it to you. But it talks about the mirrors, and it talks about these as well. Like, hey, and you'll even get these. It's like, well, what's the big deal of these? It's just maybe like that.
Yeah, that's the Peter that I have came in one of those.
Yeah.
Are they a stand of some sort? Like, can you pop those things down and they actually hold the mirror up?
I don't know. I don't want to try it.
I don't think so, Joe. I think it feels
Or
more
is
like
it just that's just a
it's like a shipping protectant of some sort.
It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing to promote, though. It's kind of like saying new 100-gram vinyl in shipping box. It's like
right. Even comes in a box.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, there is an advertisement, and I saw it in like a Australian paper, and I have it, so I'll dig it out.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one myself, so
yeah.
I do like the mono colors too of this one, because you got in their eyes, they've all got the red eyes. Obviously, only use one color. I thought that's quite cool too. Yeah, and then there's another one which is John will have it, is the star version. Have you got the small?
Oh yeah.
So instead of balloons, they're now in stars.
Yeah. Let me get the star one. La da dee, la da do. La da dee, la da do.
Oh, awesome.
So, what's cool about this, other than you can do cocaine off of it, but there is also an orange version. So I don't know if you can tell, but the logo, this one is orange, or as some of you say, orange.
Orange.
It'll probably be really hard to tell. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can tell the top is more red.
Yep.
So pretty cool. So there's that.
Is there another? I'm trying to remember from the book. Actually, I haven't got it in front of me, but yeah. Is there a smaller one? Or is that it? For the small...
No, I think that's it for that.
And then you go into the bigger size ones, same company, which is this one.
Oh, I love
yes.
that.
It's one of my favorites, actually. Also,
now, what color is that logo? Orange?
Yes.
Yeah, orangey, and the stars are white. Don't the stars change color on one of the versions, or is it not this version of the mirror?
Yes.
Oh, there's a smaller version of this as well, isn't there, or not? I can't remember.
So there is.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
Wow.
So the logos are different color too.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, different red. Yeah. Yeah.
So fun.
Crazy. What the hell's wrong with us?
I know, right?
Insane stuff.
My wife, after these episodes, always goes, "No relations."
Yeah.
No intercourse. You're not gonna get any tonight. Okay. Then we got. So there's a larger one of the
Yeah, the square version of that.
square version of that.
Mm.
You don't have that, Nicholas?
No, I don't have that one.
So cool.
Let me see. I got to put these away so I don't step on them. Okay, so the rarest of the rare of the rare official sumbitch is this guy.
Yeah, that's a one to find.
Wow.
That one's, for some reason, a tough one to find.
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy about all these? They're called mirrors, right? And yet they're almost impossible to look in. The graphics take up the whole thing. So it's an interesting marketing kind of thing, right? Like why?
What was that dream? What was that
graphics?
Dream Crusher?
Yeah, that's my. Don't you know that's my job here?
Dream Crusher. You know, you can't really even look in them.
Yeah.
John 5, why are you so lame?
Yeah.
Dream Crusher. Dream Crusher, period.
Dream Crusher.
That's right.
So yeah, let's see. Those are the Australian ones that I know of.
I sound like your parents. A mirror? My golly, I can't even look in that thing.
Back in the day when we had mirrors,
You could look in them, and
you
they'd
could
look
look
right
in
back
them.
at you. Oh Lord.
Oh, me.
So again, I am missing that rope mirror.
Okay.
You know what? I almost bought
I'm
it.
hearing from the control room. I'm hearing from the control room that John is still missing the rope mirror. It has not shown up during this broadcast. No,
Nothing came in there. Yeah,
Still
nothing came
not
in.
here. Still not here.
But I had a chance to buy one, but it had a big chip in it. I'm like, come on. I'm not going to pay that much money for not a crack, but it had a huge gaping hole in it. And it's like, no.
What are we? What are we? Animals?
Yeah. What
you talking about, Kimberly?
Oh, God.
Good, too much. All right, so does that conclude the official mirrors up through
I think
Is there anything from Elder? No. I'm just trying to think. No, there isn't.
Not that I know of.
I think that's where this comes to an end. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Which was a lot faster than our Buckles episode. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we have a long way to go. Because the Buckles. There's only a certain amount of official Buckles. Joe Dream Crusher. There's just going to be a stand-up of Joe. He's going to make a stand-up like.
Yeah. Weekend at Joey's.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back and touch on the. Let's go through the carnival mirrors.
Okay. Now there are some amazing carnival mirrors.
Okay.
That go for really, really big money. So I think the most sought after carnival mirrors are maybe these, these individual guys.
Those are cool.
And let's see, we all know, boom, boom, boom. And then the two lads here. But then you have the group shot of those.
I like it.
So, yeah, I think they look really, really good. Now they did some really good carnival mirrors, but they also did some really shitty ones too. This one's really good.
Oh yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, can you see up my nose?
Yeah. Hey.
Let's see. Do we want a shitty one? Really bad looking
sure,
one?
shitty one.
Yeah. Ready, set, terrible. Awful. Those are real autographs, by the way. No.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Looks like Peter was later used for He-Man.
You're right.
Yeah.
You
So
see
weird,
the
you
sword
can't
of
really
Grayskull.
Yeah, when you tilt it back like that, you
Yeah, you can see
It's
it.
traps. It's traps week for Peter Chris.
Right. Let's see. There's some. Now, let's see. Now, what you see the most of are the logo mirrors. Oh my God, there's a quadrillion logo mirrors. Just, everything. It's just.
Oh my
endless.
gosh, I'm so nervous watching you handle these mirrors. This makes me. I'm sweating over here watching you and
I know.
I'm gonna drop. Please don't drop one of these.
I was kind of going,
know.
can you show us all those three at once?
Yeah.
Yeah. Put them up together next to each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's so many logo mirrors.
Some's not. That first one you held up is a totally different logo to the rest.
Would you say?
No, I said some have almost the correct logo, but the very first one of that has a weird kind of like, it's not the KISS.
Like Australian.
Like the S kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
All the rest seem to have it. It's weird.
Now, Nicholas, I have a question for you, and I bet you a bunch of our listeners as well. Did they have these in Australia? Did they have carnival mirrors in Australia?
Good question.
Well, I don't remember because I may have only been about 5 at the time. So, but I remember carnival, but I don't remember any band kind of mirrors. But it may take someone who's possibly more 10 years my senior to remember that one. But yeah,
Right.
anyone from Australia on our group, feel free to comment below and just let us know if there were Australian carnival mirrors.
Yeah, like
you would think so, John, that we would have seen something pop up.
right.
Now
these are these black mirrors as well.
That's even less of a mirror. Like,
Wait, what?
like even,
Black mirror.
It's not even a mirror. It's not even a mirror.
That's it. I quit.
Wait, what?
John 5 is now showing black mirrors. I'm out of here.
Nothing reflective on them.
Black mirror. Let's see. Yeah, there's so many. It just keeps going.
That's the worst logo ever.
Terrible logo, but kind of cool.
It's so good. Yeah.
I think that one's up on eBay now, actually.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Let's see. Da 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 da. Then we start getting into these wood frame ones, and these are cool, and they're really well done. Like these total 70s.
Oh yeah.
Type of cool wooden frame guys. Ace with the red makeup.
All the red, yeah, that's interesting. And Peter, that's cool.
And flipped.
And clipped.
Flipped with a flipped star, yeah.
And then let's see, there's variants of all these mirrors. But I like the wooden mirrors because this one's got shitty art. Look at that. Just terrible.
Wow.
Hey John,
Paul's
why
gonna go one arm.
don't you tilt it forward, like with the opposite angle of what you're doing now? Do you understand what I'm saying? Forward.
Toward the floor, you mean?
Yeah. That doesn't. Okay. I thought we might be able to see the top a little better, but I guess not.
Right. Here's another shitty art. The shitty arts are pretty funny.
Wow.
Nothing but 70s, you know?
Peter on. That is great.
Yeah, look at Peter. Look at Gene. Look at Gene.
Yeah.
Sad Gene.
That's actually how Peter did look around about 1979. After
But then you have really great quality ones.
Yeah, I've always loved that one. I love that
Yeah.
logo. Really love that logo.
Really cool.
So cool.
Here's another one with that logo with the Dazzle around it.
Oh, okay. Got the Dazzle Kits, yeah.
God, there's so many. Let's see. Here's another one. Like, these are some of the really good quality ones, and they're heavy too.
Have not seen that one before.
No, I haven't
Yeah.
either.
That's cool.
Let's see. Then we got
See, I think
Oh,
that's
this-
unofficial. There's
this
great.
one. This one is awesome. This should have been an official mirror. Look at that.
That's
really
much
good.
better.
Pretty cool. That's almost
Really
the same
good.
as the Mylar, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I think that's better than the Mylar. It looks so good.
Yeah.
Now, these are a conundrum. As my friend Jeff George and I say, a KISS conundrum. So we have Peter, which looks really cool, right?
Mm.
And then we have the demon.
I've never seen
Looks
these.
really good, right?
That's very double platinum looking.
Exactly.
Mm.
But then J5 doesn't have Paul or Ace. So I'm looking.
Conundrum.
Someone call him now.
1-800
It's a
Phone
KISS
1-800
conundrum.
fly. 1-800 fly, my pretties.
Yes.
I'm trying to use that phone.
Now there are some that I believe. Let's see. Let me still go through the American ones. La-da-dee.
I noticed, John, on that that Peter Chris one you just held up, that it had a lot of black marks on it. So it looks like it must have been screen printed or something, and they've got like paint sort of coming off on it or something.
It's really. I think it's a really good quality
Make you do
mirror.
that.
It's brilliant. This is the best show ever. I don't care what anybody says. This is the best show ever. Now here's some more shit. Check this out. This is
Oh yeah, I've seen that one a bunch of times.
yeah, but there are many variants of this one.
Mm.
Yay, you won this. Oh,
Yeah. You pop the balloons. This is what you get.
but I think this has got to be the worst mirror of any of them. Yeah, and this is not like chipped off or anything. Look at how terrible that is.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Now I think this is Ace's double from Kiss Meets a Phantom.
Oh yeah.
Look how long. Like, have a look at Paul. He's like one of those African women who have the bands around their neck,
yeah.
like the giraffe neck.
Oh,
This is
man.
going to be the thumbnail for the show.
Is it?
Terrible.
No.
Okay, so now,
This is gonna
oh, this one's really cool. I've never seen. Look at the back of this. This is really cool. It's not like wood, but it's like a paper almost, like a cardboard. But look at how good that is.
That's
pretty-
really cool.
Never seen that.
I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful.
That's
Are there all
70
4?
Mm,
The tear.
yeah, 1-800.
Yeah.
Find me, Nicholas.
But here's something. Here's something really cool. Is the ones from Europe, from like Sweden and all that stuff. So this is one of them. Pretty cool. Great quality. Really
Yeah,
nice.
Isn't that the cover of a book or something too? I
No.
feel like it is.
Could be. That'd be a good thing to show. And then I think this one's from France.
Interesting.
Yeah. Crazy. Let's see. Hold on.
Texting each other or something?
Oh,
I don't have the controls that you guys have, so I'm giving Nicholas some cues of what to put on the little chyron on the bottom. I've got no control over here.
I'll give you control next time.
I'm tired.
You're tired.
How many steps do you have in so far, John?
Okay.
15. This episode, 15,000 steps.
This is really neat.
Oh yeah, I've always liked that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
I gotta say, I have not ever seen any of these.
And this one's neat because this is.
Oh, look at that! They're not really mirrors if you can't see them. Right at the bottom of the screen, there, John.
We're gonna catch hell because they're gonna think those assholes are interrupting John 5 while he's showing.
Interrupting John 5. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll stop that now. Anyway,
I'm just trying to educate.
No, we know.
Trying to have a good time. No, I'm kidding.
And these bullies.
Let's see. Yeah. So these earlier ones, like it's the same artwork, you know.
Yep. And there was one with the band in the middle too that was like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Early on. Yeah.
Early on. Yeah. But then you get, oh man, geez, what is the matter with me?
We're at
and
that
these
point
are
in the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, he's
these are just mirrors.
How long have we got?
Gosh.
And then you have like these smaller fellas. This one's hard to see because it's so dark, you know. There we go.
Interesting.
Joe.
Wait till we get to the sandstone mirrors, Joe.
And then you get like into the little guys, you know. So interesting.
Like this before. Any of those before.
Okay. That's it.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you think? No, you should see a pile of mirrors here. I've been showing mirrors like this, like this, like this. I'm like jazzercising.
So the only
That's
one.
it.
So you're missing.
You guys show some mirrors now.
Oh wait.
So you're missing the rope 76. Right.
I need the rope 76 and then some of those other individuals. But here's the problem is that these are glass, you know? Fuck. How did these survive so long? How did one of these not break during the show? You know, they're thin glass. And that's the problem with mirrors is that they are very, very hard to find, you know?
So John, on the two, or let's say three really big ones, the Spirit, the solo albums, and the Mechanical Mirror Works, did you have those shipped to you?
I had all of these shipped to me. I picked up the solo album one, the really big one. That was in California.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually remember I had my son go pick it up. And but everything else was shipped to me.
It's 469 Viewcrest. 469 Viewcrest. Where are you driving?
Yeah. What do they teach you in school?
I just asked that because, you know, we are talking about how brittle these things are and the chance of losing a very expensive collectible. Like when I bought this Spirit mirror from the guy, he would not ship it. He said, you've got to figure out a way to get it. And of course he's 9 hours away from me in Ohio somewhere. So, you know,
yeah, I mean, even on eBay, I'm looking here right now at some of these mirrors and they're only like, you know, $14, $8 shipping, things like that. And you're thinking, yeah, but I mean, you would think that it's going to cost way more than that just to pack. You know, you feel like this has got to be foam packed on the, you know, all way around it and then in paper and in another box and the whole thing, it just seems like it would cost way more than that just to ship it safely. You know?
I'd be so scared to do the shipping to the US from here, or I'd imagine people shipping to Australia would just go. I just don't know what what's going to happen. You know?
So, Nicholas, did you get your mirrors from someone in Australia, or did you get them from?
All these mirrors are from Australia. From people in Australia. Even the US ones, I bought them. I didn't. Oh no, maybe actually the only ones that weren't were these ones, and these seem less brittle because they've got the cardboard on the back and that. But you know, for these, especially for those bigger ones, but even these little things, like if someone buys these from me, I'm just terrified that
they just one little torque and that's it, right?
Snap, you know.
Yeah, I've purchased so many mirrors, and it's just like when I pick up the package, it's like shh, and you're like, oh, and you just know it's just shattered.
And they're
really
just broken.
You've gotten a bunch of broken mirrors.
Countless. That's why I really think that mirrors are so fragile.
Really?
It's a major award.
It's a major award.
It's a major award.
Tonight, hot damn tonight.
Also,
you used up all the glue. But anyways, yeah, that's why I think that these mirrors are just so hard to come by.
Yeah.
Because you know they're glass, so I don't know. The US tour one, Nicholas, the one that was up on Everything Kiss, I think I got the one that was up on Everything Kiss for so long because it has the same markings and stuff like that. So it's like going back to Jason's story about his friend with the Kiss mirror with the scratch and the S and all that stuff. Yeah, I have the one that was up on Everything Kiss.
Oh wow,
okay.
76 US tour one.
Pretty cool. So of those broken mirrors that you've gotten over the years, any super rare ones that were just like really heartbreakers?
Not that I remember, because I would have remembered like a stake through my heart, but I was so nervous, like a baby being born. I was so nervous for some of these Australian mirrors to show up.
Yeah.
Because they're coming from, so far away, and they're throwing these packages, the guys want to get home and all that stuff. So luckily they showed up in one piece.
Wow.
Yep.
I wonder if you actually went to a glass and mirror company and asked them to package them for you, those out in Kiss World. I wonder if they would. I wonder if they would have like any of that packaging laying around where you could actually, like, they would be the ones who know how to do that, right?
There's actually,
professionally, rather than
when I was looking to figure out how to get my, this spirit mirror, I actually found a place that sells specifically mirror packaging that they use when people are moving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was expensive.
I mean,
sure.
There's other mirrors out there, obviously, but I don't see that many, mirrors that I don't have. There's a ton of logo ones, but I know there's one of this that's in red, so, but that's it, again, it's the thrill of the hunt.
Sure.
That's what it's all about. It's about the thrill of the hunt, because you get so excited, when you see something you don't have, and you're like,
I've got a big mirror downstairs. I don't know if I've shown you. I've only got a quick photo of it, but this is the one I have downstairs. That's the one John floated. So anyone at home, that's the one. That was the rope we were talking about. You can see around the bottom left corner. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
So great. Is that mirror from here?
Yeah, I would imagine it's very similar to the other one, isn't it? Same US
It's
tour.
a great looking mirror too.
Yeah. Probably a lot less useful as a mirror than the other one, but
I still contest that Ace's face is
superimposed.
is cut out and superimposed on that poster.
Yeah.
I don't think that was part of that actual shoot, but
Yeah.
That's one thing you can't counterfeit either. It would be next to impossible to counterfeit a mirror. You know, it's like
to me screen printing mirrors in my basement.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, just imagine, like, it'd be impossible.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, and that's another thing that makes it super, super rare.
Mm. Another, just two more things I'll show up, and this is because we get a lot of people saying you only show vintage. So I'll just show a very quick, just 4 mirrors from Love Gun Mirror 2007. You can get a couple of frame mirrors from 2009.
You know,
and those look great.
Yeah, some of
I
these.
really like the 2009 one. Yeah.
Which one? The
one on the far right.
Yeah.
The red logo is cool.
The only time you're on the far right.
Nicholas, God bless America.
Yes, he is.
But there's another useless one that Love Gun Mirror 2010.
That's right.
I'm trying to look and see, is that Rock and Roll Over one, that's mainly black background as well.
It's cool looking though. Look at the
it's cool.
The
It's cool. It's a bit of art, I guess. But yeah.
Nicholas, have you seen in the group? There's people going to this store called Ollie's. I don't have one around here, so I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I guess they're discounting these mirrors, and there's a big giant Dress to Kill mirror that some guy got for like $3.
Is it a mirror or is it a glass? I thought it was like
Maybe
a glass.
It is glass. Maybe it is glass.
Cool.
Maybe that's right.
Yeah, I have seen those ones.
The question is, John's black mirror a mirror, or is it just glass?
Right. Is it just
enter that your thoughts in the comments?
Yeah.
You're right. I know. Yeah, it's a good question. But those were really popular. I remember those being at carnivals, those black ones, and they were super popular. Everybody wanted those, you know.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Well, that is vintage Kiss mirrors with our friend John 5.
That's a lot of mirrors.
Yeah. He's going to go rest and recover now.
That's right.
Yeah. But good times.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to
great.
have more episodes quicker with this new recording method. Now that we don't have to do much editing.
I mean, I have to applaud you. This technology and it's so it is amazing, you guys. It's really great. It's funny.
Well, we're just bandwagon jumpers because there were 3 or 4 other podcasts that I watched that was already using it, and it seems like everybody is switching to it and getting off the Skype train where you record and then go back and edit, because man, that's the bane of my existence, is editing these episodes. And
yeah, I mean it looks amazing. This is incredible. But if people have other mirrors, put it in the group, and then also send it to Knights and Satan Service too.
Yes.
Message
Absolutely.
me. I want to see them.
Yeah. What did we miss?
Yeah. What did we miss? Exactly.
Yeah. Also, mirror tips. If you've got a sharp mirror like this, don't put it on top of a greatest kiss when you're talking, because you can.
Oh no!
I can see it in the light. It's okay.
Oh no!
I've already opened it, and
I still don't care about kiss mirrors.
So, John, let me ask you one question before you go. So, when you look at those 2014 records, any stirring in the loins, any sort of interest, any kind of those are pretty cool. Thanks, Jason.
No, thank you. Like a good thing too is I draw the line, as Steven Tyler says, right after Creatures.
So
it's.
I mean, I know that's your policy, but yeah.
No, they look great and it's awesome, but no, I usually just send that stuff, to friends.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
Very cool. All right.
Like I did with Jason.
See if I can.
What did I send you? I sent you an 8-track. Remember, what is that? Animalize or something, or Lick It Up?
Look it up.
Yeah.
No, we traded though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want the that stuff because
Oh
I
yeah,
have
that's
to,
right.
you know,
I mean,
I just have to draw the line there because I mean it would be crazy. It would be ridiculous. Not
Right.
that
But
era is not great.
No, what I'm saying is, that's it's it's repressed vintage stuff, and it's it's new highly collectible stuff. You know what I mean? Like none of that stuff moves you. Like none of those mirrors move you or any of that stuff.
I mean,
None of it's
it
cool
looks
enough.
great, but like,
Yeah,
I just have to like,
you
you
can't
know,
do it.
yeah. But listen, I love 80s Kiss. I really do. I think the songs are fucking phenomenal. I really love 80s Kiss. It's great.
Oh man, we're never going to be able to get through this show anymore. We got to give the control to one guy, and that's it. Be done with it. Nicholas, jeez.
Next time John is gonna do all the controls.
Yeah,
that's right.
So
you son of a bitch.
You
So
end up being like the Bon Jovi keyboardist with.
Yeah.
right. I'm wondering, do I have any other mirrors back there? No, I think I put everything together, so yeah, it's fun, but I'd love to see people's other mirrors and what's out there, and because nobody knows it all, so nobody has it all, so that's what makes it fun.
Yep.
Yeah. Like sometimes when I go through these, I sometimes think, I hope we've forgotten something, or I hope it just jogs someone's memory and go, hey, you didn't share this, because then that's how these great things are sort of uncovered.
It definitely happens. Like on the debut album episode with John Humphrey that we just released, people were posting all of their variants of the first album. Of course, I mean, between Joe and myself and John Humphrey, we have a lot of variants, but there are tons and tons more. There's people out there that have 120 or 30 different copies of that record, that are all different.
Oh yeah.
So
well, and didn't Julian Gill set out to try and collect all of the Alive?
Yep.
All of the versions of Alive, and he tapped out at some point. And wasn't there somebody who had all the or was trying to get all the Alive 2s?
Marco, and still does. Marco over in Europe has probably the largest Alive 2 collection, and I think Julian was up in the 120-ish range.
Wow.
There's just almost no way. I mean, as comprehensive as we can be, there's just no way unless you crowdsource this stuff, and that's exactly what you're talking about, right, John? Show us the mirrors that you have that we've not. I mean, unless it's crowdsourced, there's no way to know really what's out there.
Right.
No. And it's out there, But mirrors, again, it's tough because they're so fragile. They're just like it's crazy.
Just like my ego.
Well, I always wonder about vinyl. Like, how do you collect all those versions of Alive 2? Like, if you see the listing on, like, for some people would show the listing that show front and back and the label and that, but there'd be other listers who would just show a cover, and you'd have to constantly be going to people. Can you please show me?
That's what they do.
That's what makes it. That's what makes it tougher.
Real detective job. Even on listing.
That's how it is on Discogs. If you do a lot of purchasing on Discogs, you have, because most of the time they're just showing stock photos.
With a photo,
and you have to email them and ask them for photos of their exact item so you can know what variant you're getting, which is a pain in the ass, in my opinion.
I'm surprised they're not made to, when they list it, they have to include a photo of their version. It's strange you're allowed to include the photo of the main version on there.
Yeah. Yep, that's what they do a lot of the times. Now, in their defense, they try to have all the different variants in Discogs, but I mean, that's all populated by people, so there's going to be wrong, missing information and things like that. But and sometimes you end up purchasing something that isn't what is shown in the photo, that sort of thing. That's why I think Discogs is a pain in the ass, but it's a good place to log your.
You should start your own.
Yeah.
Kisscogs. There you go. I'll give you that one I'll give you that one.
With a K.
It's the parlor of Discogs.
Oh my god, we have gotten.
Well, the thing with Discogs is, Nicholas, to your point, on eBay, somebody just goes, "Oh, Kiss Vintage Alive 2," right? But on Discogs, ostensibly, you're putting your version of that record in that category already, so you wouldn't need to include all that stuff.
probably more. I meant for condition is probably more. You like I've seen near mint, and you go, is that near mint or what? You know.
Right.
Oh, it never is. The seller always thinks it's in better condition than what it really is. Almost always.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Good episode, guys. That was fun.
It was really funny.
It was
amazing,
funny.
You guys. Really
Even on the fly.
Really incredible.
Yeah.
Even on the fly. Really great.
Yeah.
What would be? I mean, we don't have to put this in, but what would be next?
It's already in.
No.
It's
what
already,
I'm about
if you keep
to
talking, it's in.
You keep talking, it's in.
What would be next?
What are we going to do next? Turn around. Figure it out. We got all kinds of stuff.
There's jewelry.
Yes, we need to do jewelry for sure.
Jewelry would be a good one because there's so much of it. Yep. Fuck.
And you've got a lot of the really rare stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of good jewelry out there.
Yeah.
So look at Joe's face. Joe's like,
"This is miserable."
That sounds great.
Why I started to do this?
Yeah.
Somebody.
9.
Somebody should hit the Homer Simpson. All right, I'm out of here.
That's it. I'm out of here.
That's great. No magazines. That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Magazine. Oh god. You'd work out.
We'd have to do a week long.
Yeah, you'd have to.
It's the Kiss My Collectibles Marathon.
Well, you remember, Nicholas, when we did
the toad board and the timpani and the whole thing. Yeah. We have a live band, John. We'll do the whole thing.
Yeah.
It would be like the marathon, like the Jerry Lewis Marathon, or what?
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Like it would be like 8 hours long. Okay, now we got the song hits with Ace crouching down, and
that would be a tough one to do.
It would.
It's like when we did.
It'd be like
Coming up in the next hour, 1975.
Everyone's like,
what's that? I hear we've got a toad board.
I mean, and then newspapers and all that shit. God, there was so much great shit. That's what I'm talking about, man. I don't think it never ends. First of all, nobody will have it all, and it's just endless. It's endless.
I think I asked you about a year ago. I said, you must be coming near the end of your collecting. What are you going to do? You're going to start just getting different. And then I've seen the stuff you got in. It is endless. I'm just going, I think you're getting close to the end. And then I realize that every week it's like, wow, there's still so much more to come.
Endless.
You remember the old Conan movie with Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Where they tie him to that giant wheel with everybody else, and he's just walking around with that giant wheel. Like John 5, you're gonna be Conan at the end. You're like everybody else has dropped off, and you're still pushing that huge wheel by yourself.
Anybody got the rope, Mir?
That's right.
Thank you, guys.
Wonderful.
All right.
We appreciate it. Thanks for showing that stuff, John. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Very cool.
It makes my day to record these kinds of episodes. I absolutely love it.
Thank you.
All right.
That makes one of us.
That makes one of us. John is leaving. And if that is all, we'll see you on the next one.
Hi, everybody. It's Gene Simmons, and you're not. This is Kiss My Collectibles podcast, but you knew that.